versus someone. I didn't hear the second name. GuMiho?
Oh, yummy.
Yes.
All right, this is one of the games we wanted to see.
Some updates, by the way. Starcraft2 did 2-1 Salvation, and will then face off against Czech. Jokchi is currently ongoing versus Sky High, and GuMiho beat Terminator to get here.
Wow.
Sorry, Terminator.
Sorry, Term.
Term.
Terminator was looking good for a while there, man, but he's kind of dropped off again, you know?
Yeah.
He's going up and up, and I was like, you know, this guy's getting pretty good. He's looking good in GSL and stuff, and now he's just back to being that round one loser.
The round one losers. Make it sound so sad.
No, he's not that bad, but it's unfortunate, man. This is a pretty stacked qualifier, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a fun one. Protoss versus Terran.
GuMiho is a type of player who, like, is always around and never... He, like, has moments where you're like, oh, I think he's on the edge of it. This is his time.
Remember that game where he beat Zest on Habitation Station? We were like, oh, my God, after he got bonked on the head by the booth.
Yeah, and then
he
just falls out. I think his choice to join a foreign team, I personally am kind of disappointed by it because I feel like he just has so much potential if he could just stay on a Korean team a bit longer.
If that guy joined, like, you know...
I mean, he was
like
on CJ.
Antis. Yeah, he was on CJ Antis.
Yeah.
But if he just stayed there.
I agree. I completely agree with you.
He could have been the next Byung, you know?
We do see players drop off pretty hard after they join these foreign teams. Take Rain, for example, or True. Like, both these guys especially True, I had such high hopes for in Pro League.
Yeah.
He was doing great for his team last year, and then
that guy fell off hard, man.
Yeah, he disappeared.
I don't even know where that guy went.
Well, he's in this qualifier.
He was in this qualifier, but I'm just like, oh, man. It's almost as if he just disappeared.
I love that guy, too, man. I went to some events with him, and he's one of the nicest guys.
Well, what about Parting? He's on the OE Flash Wolves. I guess that's...
well, he still lives in Korea, right? So
yeah.
He's not like...
he probably has, like, a lot of friends in the
Parting is
different houses as well.
Yeah, he's very well connected and very well respected. Whereas I would say GuMiho, he doesn't come from the same sort of background. He comes from more ESF. And I feel like he just... This is a thing in Korea where if you do what players like GuMiho have done or Rain have done, then I don't want to say you lose respect, but people are just like they're not as keen on practicing with you. You know, you're not really part of the group anymore. Whereas I feel like Parting, he's stayed involved in a team that's
in the Cool Boys Club.
He's technically connected with, you know, Startail, although he's not eligible to play in Pro League. He's still very close there, but he lives in Korea. I know that he and Daisy are insanely close. They're really good friends.
Makes sense.
No doubt he's probably got some connection with SKT as well, like being part of that team for a while.
This is some pretty insane scouting, by the way. I just want to mention out of GuMiho. He's literally checking every single corner. Every single corner.
Yeah, versus Parting, I think this is a safe choice.
This is Rain.
Oh, sorry. I don't even know why I said that.
Yeah,
I actually almost made that mistake, too.
First Rain, you don't actually have to scout at all because you know he's going to be defensive.
You know he's going to make a robo and then a bunch of observers, which is exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. But you're better to be safer than sorry, man, especially as a Terran these days. Proxy Oracle is always going to be messy.
Look at this.
Yeah, I
Quick
saw
Raven.
that.
I like this.
I was wondering if we're going to maybe see like a Banshee for a second, but this is going to clear up observers really, really well.
Yeah.
And limit Rain's vision. I don't think we're going to see like a transition to mech or anything like that, but we've seen GuMiho do that before, so
I hope not.
Hold your horses.
I hope not, man.
Mike, please, no.
Please, let's never see that again.
Somewhere like Avila woke up in his bedroom, he's like, what? Who said mech TVP? Like jumps on, he's like, oh, GuMiho doesn't know how to do this. Actually, I am the one who knows how to do this. Well, we have a tech lab on that factory, right? Siege tank coming out.
So we might actually see a
Marine tank.
2 base 1-1-1.
2 base 1-1. Maybe a 2 base 1-1-1. Adding a 2 now. 1-2-1. 2 racks. 3 racks now.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be an aggressive like
Marine tank with Raven.
3-1-1.
PDDs. 3-1-1.
But you know, I hated that name so long for and I know I've been really adamant about
that build, man.
Well, I hated the build. It killed me a lot on the ladder back when I was actually pretty good at Starcraft2 back then. Not so much anymore, but back in the day, back in the day, people always called it the 1-1. I'm like, you know, there are like 7 variations of this. There's like the Banshee version, the Raven version, the Raven Banshee version of the combat shows. Like, oh no, it's a 1-1-1, dude. I'm like, what? There's 1 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport, but this is like such a different version. I hate that term. I always have and I always will. Don't use that term around me.
So what do you think about the 3-1-1?
I kind of like.
I'm okay with this. It's pretty descriptive.
I always like the 1-1-1 sort of terminology for it because I mean it usually just ended up the same where they just go for an all in with
yeah. I mean it always ended up in the same way, like exactly what you
Oh,
said.
free observer.
Yeah, he's just hunting down these observers.
The hunter.
He's actually.
Observer
Is he gonna
hunter.
get this one? No, he's not quite. Cannons are coming up. Rain knows what's up. This is smart.
Yeah, I like this. Well, clearly, yeah, GuMiho is one of those players that's it's not gimmicky, but has his own style to the point where you can kind of hard counter it if you know him.
Or Reaper Rush.
Yep.
5 Reaper Rush sometimes. Yeah, he's definitely like, if you don't see it coming, he will just totally blindside you. Well, look at this scout. This is just simply put like quite nice.
Well, yeah, these cannons are actually for mine drops. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like Rain like knows exactly what's going on just yet, though he does know there's a Raven out, and he's probably like WTF.
Yeah. This is just like rain safety, basically.
Yeah.
He needs to move out pretty soon. GuMiho, that is. He wants to line this up with his stim combat shields and +1, but like that needs
is
to
he
like.
going to expand? Is he just like gonna play this style?
It's a soft
straight up?
contain, I think. I think he's just going to kind of poke at the front and make sure that Rain can't take a third base while he expands.
I just thought this was going to be like a 2-base, try to go for the kill, you know, kind of thing out of GuMiho, but he
Well,
wants to extend this kind of play.
I guess he could still go for the kill with this. Just well, I think he has to because tanks are eventually just going to be completely irrelevant, and then he will die to a death ball. I think he has to make this work very soon.
He definitely needs to move out and hit with this timing, with his combat shields is +1 in his stim, which he's actually kind of. So I already kind of missed, and now he's lost control of the watchtower here.
He's got +1 in stim in just a moment. He's making Marauders now too, which I can appreciate.
I just feel like he needed to be up there in position to hit like right now. Like he needed to be like at the natural right now, but Rain kind of moved out there and controlled the watchtower, and you can't attack into Colossi with unsieged tanks and mostly Marines out of watchtower that you don't control. Yeah, I don't think this is going to get too much done at all.
That is too many Colossus, man.
It's too late.
Already got 3.
Ooh, he's gonna get another Observer.
That's something.
That's
but he's
really-
already seen the army.
It's really huge, though, because when you lose your observers, you don't know exactly which angle he's going to come at. And you got to make sure your Colossi and all your units are in position.
Big scan.
That's why he has to, you know, get rid of these rocks to make sure he's ready.
Maybe behind the mineral patch could be a good way to stop any sort of mining for the moment.
Look at that Marauder. He's like, 3 Colossi just shot me. I'm fine. I'm a Marauder. Just getting healed up. That's 200 energy on that Raven. So.
Yeah. Now, it seems like he's just going to keep adding tanks as well, but now that Immortal's going to be added into the mix, this is going to get so much harder for GuMiho.
Yeah. 4 Colossi. He's going to do sick damage in the back. If he can get some good swipes on those Marines. He's actually moving into position here.
Whoa, I didn't know about this. Oh, he's just like barely out of range.
Well, that Nexus is definitely going to go down.
Yeah,
I think
guess
GuMiho has a third because this is,
Yeah.
again, like I said, a soft contain. He's just like poking a little bit. And he's getting his upgrades. It's not like he's just no upgrades on his Marines. He's got a few Marines and tanks. It's an awkward position. He's got like follow-ups, you know?
Well, I kind of just wonder, like, what happens when the death ball of the Protoss gets too big and he kind of just steamrolls what he has. He is making a lot of Vikings now, though, which is so important.
Yeah, but this is the exact moment where Rain switches to Immortal High Templar, which is a really good way to deal with this type of comp. Now, this is what you're talking about. Siege up here, stop some mining.
And it might actually force Rain's hand to attack soon because he cannot be starved out like this.
Look at this. He's just so confident to move forward and like pick up a Zealot or two.
He's going to move from behind.
Good blink here. Going to pick off a tank.
A couple of Vikings.
All right, GuMiho is actually just going to go and try to get him out of position here. I don't think he can really commit. He splits.
Uh-oh.
PDD's going to help out a little bit here. Zealots charge in, but in the wrong place. They're kind of blocked by that force field, but I think he might
He's got so much stuff, man.
he might just break through those Immortals.
1 Colossus goes down, and that's it. There are not enough Vikings in this comp.
No. He took a little too long to make the Vikings. And
Yeah. This gets totally crushed, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I was thinking. Like, when I see this army, it's like, well, you got to do damage early or you're just going to get crushed in the late game.
I just feel like he did enough. He didn't need to commit, and he didn't need to do that big stem forward. He was like, no, I'm just going to go to your natural now, and then he got totally out of position.
I think I would have appreciated some bunkers, to be honest. If he's going to
set up a soft contain like you guys were
if
talking
he's
about.
going to set up with tanks, like, you might as well have some bunkers there to help buffer for them because Bio's not going to do it. Bio's going to be running for their lives half the time.
Yeah, especially against those charged zealots as well.
Yeah.
Well, now Rain controls the game, and he can. Well, already I was gonna say he's gonna force a lift on the CC, but GuMiho's smart enough to know that like that CC is not sticking around. That is a liability at this point. He has to lift it. Rain's own third is obviously very significantly delayed, but he has like all the tech in the world. He has Colossi, Immortals, Psystorm, and soon to be good upgrades. Wait, does he only still have one forge? Yeah, he only has one forge. So
It's going to be pretty brutal here for GuMiho, I think, going later into this game. He's trying to add that second starport now, but I don't know. Like you said, Wolf, Rain's kind of got all the tools at this point. He's going to have all the AoE in the world. He's even going for a small warp in here in the main. It's not going to do much, though.
Well,
this is going to do more.
two zealots is all you need to completely disrupt the mineral patch for some time.
If you target, you're always going to kill a lot of SCVs.
If they keep mining and not run, but even if they run, they just take so much. It's just so much economic damage in itself.
It's like win-win for 200 minerals. Like that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see more reactor Vikings here, but still no sign of ghosts at all.
He needs ghosts at this point. You're fighting Storm with tanks and Vikings, man. Like, not gonna happen.
He's making quadruple medevac at this moment in time. He's got to remake that count. He's only got 2, but he's only got 4 Vikings at the same time. So
it's like he just doesn't have enough of anything, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like he's scrambling to try to get all the tools, but he's like a bit far behind.
Well, he's now trying to get the 2-2 out. Like he has one moment of peace where he feels like, okay, I can do this. I can get this 2-2. But Rain is going to be 2-1 for quite some time before that. You guys can see the armor's very close to finishing. GuMiho is just, at this point, like, grasping for straws. Like, he wants to try to somehow take an engagement or keep Rain off his back to buy time to get ghosts. He's going to scan here to eliminate any observers and then try to do a big Doom drop. That could buy him some time.
Yeah, he needs all the time in the world. He just needs to get ghosts, man. He's making that academy now, and it's almost finished, but he needs to get some EMP before he even goes near this army.
This base has nothing, not a bunker, just one siege tank that he's lucky isn't being killed by those zealots right now. And feedbacks are ready.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was really close. And now Rain's moving into position. He knows with that many medevacs, it's a lot of units out of position.
That was 8 SCVs as well. Now, he's going to move forward. He doesn't have to, though.
Yeah, Rain very patient.
He can just wait, man. There's simply no rush for this.
Yeah.
Yep, the longer the game goes on, the better for the Protoss. And just in this matchup, that's how this works.
Ooh, gonna get the warp in. Gonna cost him Warp Prism.
All right, Vikings have to land here. You know something's going wrong.
No, never do that. Never do that. Not when you're about to fight like 4 or 5 Colossus.
Well,
these Vikings are completely out of position
they're
now.
Totally out of position.
Ooh.
Big blink forward. Rain just got so much stuff at this point in time. He will be very careful, though. He doesn't want to walk into danger. Huge storm there.
Massive. Looking for another one. Maybe looking for feedback. Going for the storm instead. I guess that's not too bad.
2-2 about to finish up here.
Fourth base.
GuMiho.
Yeah, fourth base coming along is
Rain doesn't care.
How is GuMiho going to attack that? He's going to need to do a big drop, which is just going to displace several units.
So patient out of Rain. I love this. He's just like, oh, I'll just take a favorable engagement, and then I'll just back off. I don't have to kill you right now. Let me wait for 3-3 first, and then I'll kill you.
Pylon wall for vision as well as just multiple places to warp in. Just going to drop a storm here and just actually engaged. I don't know about that.
Storming the Zealots.
This is a bad position for him.
Really bad in those Colossi, taking some serious damage. There's the storms he needs.
Oh my.
But the splitting is pretty good.
Yeah, really nice splitting out of GuMiho.
There isn't enough Stalkers here either. So all these Colossus are going to go down. Maybe he has enough to do this. Oh, what?
He landed the Vikings.
What?
I think he needed to if he wanted to win this fight, but it's just not going to be enough.
They just got wrecked by all the Immortals like instantly.
No upgrades on those Vikings except the attack, the +1 attack. They're never going to be able to contest. And
well, supply, 13 supply lead. Now a great more 30 supply lead.
Yeah, it's just every warp in the Zealots he makes. He has
he's got like 12 gateways. He's got that fourth base.
Upgrade advantage is way too big at this point.
I mean, this is just a slow death here now for GuMiho.
Actually, I think it's 2-2, so maybe it's not that big.
Rain is 3-2. Actually, he's got 3 level 3 armor.
3 armor. Okay.
Yeah, this is just gonna eventually be game. I said it's a slow death, but actually no, it's gonna end right now.
Yeah, this is brutal.
He's got so many storms. Look at all these High Templars. He's just like storming nothing. He's like, I don't care.
Zealots, because he's like he wants to storm. All right, that's gonna close it out here for game number 1.
Yeah, very solid play out of Rain, have to say. Interesting strat by GuMiho, but
yeah, I'm not a fan of that style.
yeah, I would have much rather liked to see GuMiho just play